So security is one of the most pressing issues today, and it's probably one of the biggest responsibilities of states and certain international organizations as well. But on top of that, security today is changing. It's becoming more global, it's becoming more transnational, so there's a lot of challenges. We have these traditional security threats that are still ongoing. There's interstate and intrastate conflicts, but we also have emerging threats such as cyber warfare, hybrid threats. So what we're planning to do in this work package is on the one hand to map out these threats, and on the other hand, the organizations that deal with this, so treaties, actors, etc., etc. And then besides that, we're going to zoom in on a few cases. So we're going to ask how Europe and its security architecture is structured. We're going to ask about NATO and the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, how they work, how they're adapting to the times, what the EU's role is in them. And then we're going to go into cyber threats, which are one of the most uniquely difficult threats to govern because they don't respect any borders. So we're going to look into both the threats, classifying them, what organizations deal with them, and we'll end with the work package which our partner eBay is dealing with on migration. So the nexus between security and migration, the discourse around this, and also the EU's policy towards migration. So if we'd have to address probably the main challenges for security and migration today, there's a lot of them, but one of them would be that basically our institutions are outdated. They represent power balances that are probably no longer true, and so these organizations are probably going to have to adapt to this, and that's definitely a big challenge today. We also have the recent turn away from multilateralism by one of the world's most important and powerful countries, the US, and that's most definitely a problem for many international treaties, as we've seen in recent years. Besides this, in migration, migration is one of the most sensitive issues out there. It is an issue where countries have very strong interests and they're very diverging as well. So there's no international framework to deal with this. Many issues on migration are dealt with through kind of coalitions of the willing, and it's just very difficult to find global governance for this kind of issue. GLOBE is made up of a very strong team of people who have been working on global governance for a long time, and I think that putting together all of the work that we've done over many years in this project, I think we'll be able to come up with some very strong research on these issues. I think on the one hand, the multidisciplinarity of our team from many countries is really going to help us to study these issues. But on the other hand, we're also going to be quite innovative. For example, we're going to implement some big data research on global governance, which has not been done too much up till now. So we're really going to look into how can we gather this big data through methodology and see how it affects perceptions on global governance, try to identify actors through this kind of research. And I think there's a lot of exciting research that can come out of this.